G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be giving you my preseason challenge tips for round 2, the final round of the preseason challenge guys. Now I am very excited, we've got so many good matchups this weekend. I'm actually backing a few upsets in this one, so we will go through this game by game and I'll give you my insights of who I think will win. Now, obviously, I want to get the team lists up, but I do want to keep this pretty quickly. So, to start things off, we've got the Knights up against the Parramatta Eels. Now, both sides have named pretty strong lineups. The Knights have gone with the spine that they will carry throughout the season with. So, Lockie Miller at fullback, Kalen Ponga at 5'8", Jackson Hastings at halfback, and Jaden Braley at dummy half. Other than that, their forward pack looks really solid as well. And on paper, I think the Knights can beat the Eels in this game. I really do. Now, the Eels obviously have named quite a few players to return. Their spine returns with Clint Gutherson at fullback, Dylan Brown at 5'8", Mitchy Moses at 7, and Josh Hodgson at 9. Their forward pack to me lacks a little bit though. Obviously, you got your two key front rowers, Regan Campbell-Gillard and Junior Paulo. Sean Lane, again, another great player, but then they've brought in Matt Doorey, and I don't mind that at all because, it gives these young fellas more experience. I don't really know how old Matt Doorey is. I think he's 22. Could be wrong about that, though. He might be younger, could be older. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know too much about him. They've got Jermaine Hopgood at lock. Look, I think Parramatta definitely can win this game 100%. But I don't know. I've just got a good feeling about the Knights winning this one, and I say that after picking them to win the wooden spoon. So take that how you will. But I'm backing the Knights in this one, 1-12. In the next game, we see the Roosters taking on the Sea Eagles, and boy, oh boy, the Roosters have named a solid squad. James Tedesco returns at fullback. You've got Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suaalii, Jackson Barlow. So I'd say that'd be in their starting lineup. They've named Drew Hutchinson at 6 and then Sam Walker at 7. So you've obviously got Sam Walker who will be there this season. Lindsay Collins and Matthew Lodge make up the front row. Brandon Smith, dummy half. They've named a very strong lineup outside of Corey Allen, Drew Hutchinson, Egan Butcher, and probably Matthew Lodge. I think everybody else will start in that 13 man lineup there with some of those players coming off the bench. Whereas Manly have named quite a strong lineup, but you've still got players like Daly Cherry Evans that's not named. A few of their forwards not named. I'm excited to see Kelma Tuolangi get his first go with Manly, but their bench is also quite subpar. I think the Roosters win this and win it well. I'm backing the Roosters 13+. This video is brought to you by Onyx Classics. Righto guys, check it out. This is one of the easiest websites to navigate if you guys want NBA or NRL jerseys, authentic jerseys. This is the place to be. Shopping NBA, you've got every team. And I tell you what, being a Timberwolves fan in Australia is hard sometimes because you just can't buy merch, especially Anthony Edwards merch. But not with Onyx. There's plenty. I can get Kevin Garnett jerseys, I can get Karl Anthony Towns jerseys, and of course my favourite Anthony Edwards jersey. So I am definitely going to cop one of them. We're going to get a 2XL because I like that looser fit. We're going to add that one to cart, and we're not done yet, guys. Check it out. All NRL jerseys, all the 2023 jerseys. You've got the Dolphins jersey. You've got everything here, guys. Everything. And it gets even better. You've got State of Origin jerseys as well, but that's not the best part. You've got your old school jerseys, the retro heritage jerseys. They look so clean. You've even got the New South Wales retro jersey. It is amazing. I tell you what, guys, I am definitely going to cop a Rabbitohs away jersey. I've got to do it. We're going to go 2XL, get that looser fit. I love it. We'll add that one to cart, and we're going to go and check out. Now, when you're at the checkout, guys, don't forget to add promo code ADOS10 because that will give you 10% off on your purchase, and If you spend over $100, guys, you get free shipping. So this is just the perfect way to start 2023. So guys, jump over and check them out. Thank you guys for checking out Onyx, and thank you, Onyx, for sponsoring this video. Righto, guys. So the next game we see the Dragons against the Rabbitohs, and again, both sides have named a very strong squad, respectively. The Dragons bring back Aaron Woods, Ben Hunt, Francis Mollo, Jaden Sullivan, Jaden Sewer, Josh Kerr, Michael Mollo, Tyrell Fuimayono, Tyrell Sloan, and Zane Musgrove. But the Rabbitohs, this is where it gets juicy, and I love this. Alex Johnson returns with Campbell Graham and Cameron Murray, Cody Walker, Damien Cook, Isaiah Tass, Isaac Thompson, Jai Arrow, Keon Koloamatangi, Lockie Ilias, Latrell Mitchell, Shaq Mitchell, Tavita Totola, Tommy Fletcher, and Thomas Burgess. So huge names returning. And look, this is the side we're going to field for round one. I'd be very surprised if there were too many changes to the 13-man squad. But then the bench, obviously, there probably will be a few changes because we won't take in both Blake Taff and Peter Mamuzeles. So I'd say you'd probably see Blake Taff, Hosty, Shaq Mitchell, maybe Michael Cheekham. There's definitely some positions that will get filled out on that bench. But I am super pumped for this game. 3:20 New South Wales time, or daylight savings time, and 2:20, I believe it is, Queensland time. So yeah, I am super pumped for it. You know, the Dragons have named a very strong side as well, but I honestly think the Rabbitohs will be extremely hard to beat in this one. I'm going the Rabbitohs to win in this one 13 plus. I understand the Dragons do normally turn up in this match, but I just can't see it happening. I think the Rabbitohs are going to be way too strong, and with this squad are going to want to prove a point. All right, the next game we've got is the Panthers against St. Helens. Panthers named pretty well a full-strength side here, minus like Dylan Edwards. Sonny Luke as well wasn't named, so I'm going to assume that's either because of injury or something else. They have gone with Mitch Kenny to start at dummy half, but I was expecting to see Sonny Luke named somewhere in the squad. Only one change realistically for St. Helens, with Morgan Knowles in, Daniel Hill, Joe Batchelor, Lewis Baxter, and Sam Royal are out. So, look, I think this game is an easy win for the Panthers. I'm backing them 13 plus. All right, next game, we've got the Broncos and the Cowboys. What a game. What a game. We get to see this before the season even starts. Selwyn Cobbo has been named at fullback for the Broncos. The Cowboys name a relatively full-strength squad. Well, both teams do in a way. Jock Madden has come in to halfback though. So, yeah, look, I'm extremely excited for this. I think this is going to be one of, if not the games of the round. Very strong sides that named from both teams, but I think the Cowboys will get the job done here. I'm backing them at 1-12. All right, next up, we've got the Storm and the Warriors. Now, the Warriors, both sides again, like I think every team this week has named a relatively strong squad. Warriors bring in new recruits, CNK, Dylan Walker, Marata Niokore, Mitch Barnett, and they name a lot of their first graders as well, which is exciting to see. Sean Johnson and Tomato Martin will partner in the halves for the first time. CNK has been named at fullback, and Wade Egan at dummy half. So Luke Metcalf does miss out, which is a little bit surprising, whereas Storm have pretty much named a full-strength squad as well. Obviously, there's some injuries and stuff which, you know, prevent them from naming a full-on, full-strength squad because Ryan Pappenhausen can't be there. Same with Xavier Coates. But I tell you what, I'm really excited to see Christian Welsh get a good rip and tear in this week. I think he's going to be a huge a huge piece for the Storm. He's definitely going to be in my fantasy squad, that's for sure. Yeah, look, very strong squad there for both sides, but I can't see Storm getting beaten here. I'm backing Storm 13 plus. I think this will be an easy win for Melbourne. All right, Tigers and the Raiders. Now, this one, I'm not too sure about, because both sides, in my opinion, are quite evenly matched. You're missing Xavier Coates at fullback for the Raiders, so Jordan Rapida moves back there. A bit disappointing with the Tommy Talau selection in the centres. I thought Stafford Toa would have gotten it. We're also missing Api Coruscant at the Tigers, but other than that, pretty well a full-strength squad. The Raiders, they're missing a few key players there, but for the most part, they've named a pretty strong squad as well. And for that reason, I am going to back the Raiders in this one in a very close game, 1-12. All right, Doggies and Sharks. Pumped for this. I'm so excited. So Hayes Perham, Josh Adokar, Matt Burton, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Viliami Kikau come into this side for the Bulldogs. So their spine looks like Perham, Burton, Flanagan and Reed Marnie. Huge dubs there for the Bulldogs. They put on a good performance against the Raiders last week. I think they will continue that this week. I expect big games from some of their reserves like Jacob Preston and Franklin Pele, because I don't think that reserve or that interchange bench is locked in. I wouldn't be surprised if Corey Waddell drops out for one of those two. So, keep an eye out for them guys off the bench. I think they're going to be huge. For the Sharkies, so many of their first graders return. Blake Brayley, Braden Trindle, Britton Nakora, Dale Finucane, Jesse Ramian, Matt Moylan, Nico Hines, Ronaldo Mulatalo, Royce Hunt, Siani Katoa, Siosifa Talakai, and William Kennedy. So Sharkies have a pretty well full-strength side here. Obviously, there will be a few players missing. So the Sharks realistically should win this, but like the Knights, I'm going another upset, and I am backing the Bulldogs to win this one, 1-12. All right, the final game of the weekend, the 6:05 p.m. game between the Dolphins and the Titans. Wow, this is going to be exciting because both sides have named pretty well full-strength sides. We get to see the new spine of the Titans with AJ Brimson, Kieran Foran, Tanner Boyd, and Sam Verrills. Jaden Campbell in the number 14 jersey. And for the Dolphins, we pretty much get to see what their squad is going to look like. I still think there might be a few little tweaks here and there, but I'm glad Jack Bostic got the nod for the starting winger spot. I think that's huge for him. Ray Stone named on the interchange bench, which isn't great for fantasy players, but we'll have to see how he performs. He might go out of my fantasy squad. Other than that, you got Ewan Aiken named on the bench with Isaiah Katoa and Valence Tafare, who are three players that I do see playing a fair bit this year for the Dolphins. I think Ewan Aiken will fill in for either Tessie New or Branko Lee. For the Titans, I'm really happy that I'm going to butcher his first name. Alafiana, Khan Pereira, named in that number 2 jersey. Very excited for that. He deserves it. He had an awesome game last week. I thought he was fantastic. Kieran Foran, very, very keen to see how he goes in the Titans jersey. I've seen him do some training drills and stuff via Titans Instagram, and he looks like he's just in command. So I love that. Other than that, no real surprises. Both sides are naming pretty strong squads. I'm going a bit left field in this one as well. Look, the Dolphins, I haven't seen them with a full-strength side, so I just don't know how they'll go. I think the Titans win this one. I'm backing them 1-12. Alrighty, Roo guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for me. Thank you all so much for tuning into this one. It has been a little bit of a longer one, I know, but I appreciate each and every one of you for staying and, just enjoying the content. If you are enjoying it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, guys, leave me a comment of who you think will be victorious this weekend and who's taking it all out. I think the Roosters, unfortunately, might be the team to do it, but let me know in the comments who you're taking. That is going to wrap it up from me, though, guys. Thank you all so much once again. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.